Where'd all these people come from? Where are you guys all coming from? Woo! Bike blogger here. On my way to work. Topic of the day. Long bike commutes. Going on a long bike commute. Or if you have a long bike commute. So let's talk about some tips of what you can do. Not really to shorten your commute, but to deal with it. Up the hill. I guess hills are another thing to think about. Having to deal with. There we go. Yeah, so hills are a whole nother topic. Let's go this way. Ugh. Kind of looks one way, but it's not one way. You can see the arrows are pointing this way. They're pointing the other way, going the opposite direction. Oh, that water looks nice right now. Pretty warm, being that it is summertime. Huh. Looks like I'm not even supposed to be here. Why is this blocked off? I don't know. The great thing about a bike is you can sneak between places. So I guess the logical place to start is, what is a long bike commute? I guess I would consider a long bike commute to be one that takes you over an hour one way. That would be probably pretty long. I mean, that would mean round trip. It'd take you 2 hours to commute. Although a lot of people drive to work and back 1 hour or more each way. So maybe 1 hour is not very long, but it's a good amount of exercise though to be riding a bike for an hour every day, or most days at least. Unless you have an alternative, which we'll get into that later. Hey look, I can see myself over there. There's the bike blogger. Okay. Waiting for these knuckleheads. So yeah, what is a long bike commute? I guess one more guy. I guess over an hour would be considered long. You know, round the bend. I'll wait here for a moment. Yeah, so I guess 1 hour would be considered pretty long. Obviously bring water with you, just because. Okay. But what do you do? I suppose roses or poses, supposedly, or what is it? Anyway, I'm just everywhere right now. My mind's wandering. If you got a car, you could drive part of the way. I think a lot of people might do that who have a car or a car they can spare. So in that case, what you would do is you'd probably put your bike in the car, you would drive part of the way, then you would park at a city park or something, take your bike out of the car, and you would bike the rest of the way to work. And then obviously after work you would get on your bike and ride to the city park or wherever, some parking lot somewhere, and you get in your car again and you drive home. The benefit of that is, of course, you're still getting some exercise, you're still riding a bike, you're still not expending a lot of pollution, so there's still definitely a benefit to it. I see they got like police tape up over there to the left. I think that's because the playground is closed. They don't want people climbing around back there. Anyway. So we're down. See that 250 birthday cake over there? City of St. Louis is over 250 years old. So yeah, that is something you could do, is drive part way. Maybe you prefer to do that if it's, you know, if you think there might be a lot of rain or something that day. Of course, if you're a fair weather cyclist, you may just choose not to ride at all on a day when the weather is not dry. Woo-wee. I don't think we're gonna make that green light. Oh well. Sure is a long green light though, huh? Woo-wee. Oh my gosh, we made the light. How do we do that? Oh yeah. Oh, speed bump, sorry about that. So, what else could you do? Well, you could try to shorten your commute. Maybe it's maybe it's not so much a distance, but a traffic sort of thing. So the solution there would be to just leave earlier in the morning. I was out riding my bike around 5:30, 6 a.m. yesterday, and the weather was wonderful because it's, you know, early morning in the summer, and the streets are pretty much empty around where I live, at least. So I guess that's an option. Avoiding the just avoiding all the traffic. Of course, in the afternoon, there's not much you can do unless you leave work very late, like probably about 8 or 9 p.m. Even then, you know, there's people out getting dinner and stuff, so you still be pretty busy on the roads until very late at night. So you don't have much of an option that way, but at least in the morning you could have a nice, quiet, quicker commute. Hey, a lot of people prefer to actually extend their commute anyway. They buy commute just so they can get a little more exercise. But this video is pretty much focused on people who don't have a choice, or their shortest route is generally about a 1-hour bike ride. So I consider that to be kind of a long time. There's a little shade over here. A little shade. La-di-da-da-da. Going past the St. Louis a lot of light pollution in St. Louis, though. We are a city, a metropolitan area. I don't know if this is a bike lane or what. It's kind of like a parking lane, but I can use it as a bike lane. There aren't any cars parked in it. Woo-hoo. So what else can you do if you have a long bike commute to shorten it, basically? Well, you could take public transportation. You could take the bus part of the way, or you can take the train part of the way if that's what you got in your city. Or you could do half and half in that case. Unlike with I guess unlike with your car. Or you could do the same thing with your car, I guess. Drive into work, but then bike home, and then the next morning bike into work. Leave your car at work. So you can do one leg one way, one leg the other way. Yeah. Out for the cobblestone. Had to make sure we're recording. Okay, the bumps. Oh. Bumpy. So yeah, I mean, you know, you could take the train into work. You know, you could bring your bike on the train or the bus, I suppose. You could you could decide to leave your bike at work if you have a safe place to store it, and then just take the train or the bus going home. Now you do have options. There are options. Let's go to the Subway drive-thru. I want a sub. Alright, it's the alleyway. Oh, sorry for the bumps. Let's see, what else? What else could you do? Yeah, like I said, you could go at certain times of the day to avoid the traffic. That's probably one of the better suggestions. At least for the morning time. Okay. Well, say hey to the bicyclist. So they got a bike lane here, but I think it disappears soon as we enter the Grove district. Another thing that can make you go faster is if you can keep some of your clothing at work, like your pants. I mean, pants can weigh quite a lot, and you can just keep them at work. That'll make it easier on you. Okay, it makes me stop, so we'll go this way. And another thing some people might not think about, because it is rather expensive, but might be worth the investment to you. Let's see, I think I can cut through here. There we go. Is an e-bike, an electric bike. Down. Oh. Woo-hoo. So we're in the Grove right now. You can see there's some newer looking houses to the left there. There's definitely, this area is being gentrified. There's some pretty expensive houses and condos around here. They do need to work on the streets though. The streets are still pretty rough, pretty bumpy. So yeah, that's at least a few tips for you guys. Tip of the day to you know, maybe drive part of the way or take the train or the bus one way or the other, one of the legs. Certain times of the day you could try where there's less traffic, or get an e-bike and with little motor assistance that can make it go quite a bit faster, or at least not as tiring. Woo-wee. Go straight. I don't know where this street's gonna go. It might dead end. I haven't really come down this stretch before. Yes, I am still on my way to work. We're going a little longer today to just kind of show you what a longer bike commute will be, because I think the majority of my videos, the majority of my bike commutes are probably only around 20 minutes long. So I'd say most people who bike commute probably do have like a 20-minute ride or something, and that's more typical. But of course, some people love, you know, just having a long bike ride to work. It helps get their mind in the right place, I guess, if that makes any sense. It helps them de-stress, which is all good stuff. Okay, bumps. Woo-hoo. A lot of traffic. There we go. So let me know, do you have a long bike commute? I'd be interested to hear about it. I know there's some of my viewers have a long bike ride to work. And even people who have less desirable bike rides to work, you know, that are pretty Alright, let's go this way. On pretty busy streets like that, I prefer to avoid the big streets if I can because of the pollution. Because as you probably noticed, I tend not to wear a mask when I'm riding my bike. And it's more common to find people wearing a mask riding a bike in very polluted cities like China. Da, 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 da. I got like a little phone on my bike here, and I think just sitting in the sun is baking it. I think the glue on my phone, like this thing holding the string together or something, is getting loose or something. So here's another tip for you. Maybe don't put your expensive phone on your bike. Where'd the lanes go? Is this just one big lane? What happened? Have my rear light on. It's really dark here. Oh, there's the bike lane. So we're in South City, St. Louis right now. I'm going past the Missouri Botanical Garden. It's it's a nationally recognized botanical garden. It's funded pretty heavily by the city residents, but also by Monsanto / Bayer. So there's that. It's a really beautiful garden. I think it is open again. I've seen people walking in there. I think they're walking in one direction. I think IKEA was way ahead of its time, having everybody walk in the same direction. That's kind of what's going on right now with the virus. This road is pretty bumpy. At least the bike lane doesn't have a lot of potholes. It's just really uneven. Ugh. Huh. For some reason the stoplight is out up there. It's flashing red. Flashing red means stop sign, basically. Ugh. Dang. I don't know if it's less bumpy over here. The bike lane, you can just see it's like cratered. It's a big cut in it over there. I don't know what's going on with that. And then there's these little sections of road that are patched with no striping. Okay. Into the park. Into the park. Yeah, I know that was right turn only. I'm just going straight though. I'm in the shoulder. In the shoulder. Ugh. Happy 4th of July. Even though we're, what, a couple weeks away from it still. Independence Day in the United States. And the independence from King George. Isn't that the, isn't that like one of the kids in Great Britain, like one of the royal family? Isn't he taking on the name of George or something? It says do not enter, so I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's the thing about this park, is everything's kind of one way. Guess I can get on the trail. Go this way. Woo. So we're still on our way to work today. Still on our way to work. Gotta watch out for these those dang little electric scooters. People park them in the middle of the bike paths and stuff, and it's kind of dangerous. That one fell over and is in the grass, which makes it harder for the guy to cut the grass. He needs to cut the grass, but at least it's not in the bike path. Slow down. Pedestrian. Oh. So yeah, the reason I'm not in the street over there is it's a one-way street. I mean, the street is so wide they could probably implement counterflow bike lanes. I don't know why they don't just do that. It's not a big deal, but I mean, if you're bike commuting and you're cutting through this park, I mean, yeah, I guess you would probably stick to the trail here, which is arguably less safe because of pedestrians. Or you would take the northern route, because the park, I believe, is pretty much one way going in a counter-clockwise direction, which I think is the same. I think it's the same as Central Park in New York City. I could be wrong though. Oh my, it's so nice in the shade. It's the one thing I love about Tower Grove Park, which is where we are now, is there's so many trees. There's so much shade during the summertime. I'm not sure if Tower Grove Park is the park with the most trees per square acre or whatever, square mile, whatever, but there are a lot of trees in this park, and it's quite nice, quite nice. Go out this way. So that is Kings Highway Boulevard straight ahead. I'm just gonna cut across it though and stick to the nice quiet roads, the adjacent roads here. Gotta wait for a gap. Might take a little bit. Because that guy wants to go left too. Now, I could have probably just gone, but it would have been cutting it close. Now there's a bunch of traffic coming from that way. Oh well, I guess I should have gone. So yeah, long bike commutes. What do you do? If you have a car, you could drive part of the way. That kind of defeats the purpose though, if you're trying to, if you have a one-car household or you don't have any cars at your house, any automobiles. You take public transportation, get on the bus, go part of the way or go all of the way one way. You go to during certain times a day or maybe certain days. I was just thinking about that. You know, maybe you could alternate on days. Maybe some days, like, I don't know, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday you bike to work, or maybe Monday, Friday you bike. I don't know. Just depends. My gosh, this is taking a ridiculously long amount of time, and I am baking in the sun here. Go here soon. Ugh. Kind of a blind spot over there, so I can't really see traffic on. I might have to cut this section of the video out because it's probably kind of boring just watching all the cars. So many cars. Ride a bike to work. Oh my gosh, come on now. What you often do in big cities when you're stuck with this sort of situation is just wait till one way is clear, then you make like a right turn, and then you wait till the other way is clear and you make a left turn. That might be what I have to do here because this is taking a long time. Alternatively, I go all the way down that way toward the stoplight and hit the crosswalk button and then cross there. That's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to find a place where there's a crosswalk and a signal for pedestrians and stuff. Oh my gracious. Where'd all these people come from? Where are you guys all coming from? Whew! Oh my gosh. Alright, so it's just a little bit longer here. It's clear to the right, but not to the left. It's clear to the right because the stoplight went red again, so. And there's that guy across the way. He wants to make a left. So here we go again. Alright, so I've decided I'm not going to keep waiting here. I'll just make a right when it's clear. Okay, here we go. They're slowing down, so it's making things difficult. Now this guy's making a left. Okay, come on, get out of there. Oh my gosh. Okay, hit it. There we go. Woo! Man, yeah, be very careful if you're trying to cross a big road. I wouldn't recommend any young person try it. Because just as I was crossing that road, there was a guy going probably 50 miles an hour in a 40 or something, coming from the right back there. And I had plenty of time to get across the street, but the risk there is that if I were to fall off my bike or something, when someone's speeding that fast, they can't have a, you know, a quick reaction time, and they could still hit you even if you're stopped, you know, laying in the street. So another reason to always do good bike maintenance, always give your bike a good look over when after you ride it. Make sure the brakes work, make sure the bicycle chain is lubed and in good condition, basically. It's not gonna snap on you, it's not gonna fall off on your bike. Make sure your tires are pumped up. Make sure your tires don't have any shards embedded in them. You do not want to get a puncture when you're on a busy street, especially if you're riding in the traffic lane and not in a bike lane or something, where you puncture and it's like a blowout or something really bad. You could just crash in the lane. You don't want that to happen. I've never had it happen. I have fallen a lot, but generally it's because of ice or something. Oh yeah, that was my previous video. I go for some ice right now. I'm actually not using my ice sock. I probably should. It's a little bit of a hassle. Yeah, I came down this way earlier this year. I think this bridge is out. I think it's not meant to support the weight of cars or something. Okay, here we go. Okay. Up the hill. It's very windy. Woo. That business back there is called, take a right here. That business back there is called, Cheapy Smokes. That's kind of funny. Feel bad about genuine small businesses with one location. I've been hearing more people going out of business. Of course, I care more about human lives than I do about businesses, but it is sad to see some of my favorite restaurants go under. There's one place I used to frequent in off South Grand. It was called Lulu's Eatery. It's a vegan restaurant. I think it's for sale right now, so if someone wants to buy it, I think it's like 125,000 bucks is their asking price. Let's go just right down Sublet. On our way to work today. On our way to work today. Oh no, this is Macklin. Get them confused sometimes. We're in the Hill neighborhood. Let's go this way. It's a narrow street. Oh, bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy. How long have I been riding my bike? It doesn't feel that long. It's been probably about half an hour, maybe, I'd have to guess. Alright. So now, down this street. This is Sublet. Downhill. On our way to work today. I'm riding a single speed bike. It's a Wabi Lightning SE. It's been around for about 10 years, I think, the model. It's excellent bicycle. Another bike I recommend is the Surly Cross-Check. It's been around for over 20 years, and it's also a great bike, steel bicycle. I am seeing a lot of bicycles, so that's a good thing. I think more people are riding bikes because of the weather, which is typical, but also less people are taking public transportation. So, either way, it's good, I think. I wish we had better public transportation in the United States, but you know, the system's built for automobiles. That's just the way it is. I think we stop here on this side of the tracks, if I am correct. In which case I need to back it up a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm a bike. I can probably fit forward here a little. Ugh. In fact, why don't we just make a right turn and go this way? There we go. I'm going the wrong way, I know. I'm going to turn around here in a second. Wait for this truck to pass me. Oh, man. Thank you, dude. That guy's awesome. He gave me a lot of space. Let's make a left here. Unlike some of those derogatory term, people are passing me kind of really close back at Missouri Botanical Garden. Where does this go? I think this is a private road. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's just dead ends, I think. This isn't going anywhere. Huh. Okay. On our way to work. On our way to work. At least there's a little bit of a wind breeze. A little bit of a wind. Makes it not so super hot right now. Haven't seen the train yet. We passed the train tracks. Ugh. These cars are just keep coming, so I might as well just get the bike lane here. They're not supposed to be driving in the bike lane anyway. Typically, if the bike lane's wide enough and you have a choice, I'll usually ride a little further away from the traffic lane just to give myself a little more of a gap. You don't have to be in the middle of the bike lane. There's no rule about that. That lady was riding on an electric scooter. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, although I do believe you are supposed to be on the road if you're on a scooter. Some people think riding a bike on a road is goofy. I guess I can kind of understand that, in that I think riding a scooter in the road is a little weird, but it's just that we got all these sidewalks and they're all underutilized. Oh well. Watch out for the door zone. Bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. So on a long bike commute, of course, you want to make sure you have all the stuff you need, especially if it's a long bike commute. And I don't know if you need 2 spare inner tubes, but bring at least 1 spare inner tube and a patch kit. And there's nothing wrong about, you know, getting a flat. There's nothing to be embarrassed about on your way to work. It can happen in a car. Just tell your employer you got a flat tire and you're going to be running a little late. That's just the way it goes. To try to avoid getting flat tires, don't ride in the gutter. All the glass just goes over there when it rains. I'm not really sure why the bike lane kind of ends multiple car lengths in front of the other cars. I could see it being a good thing because that way motorists can, you know, you're more visible. I've gone back and forth on this over the years, but generally I think it's good to ride in the traffic lane and not off to the edge of the road. For multiple reasons, like getting a flat tire, but also it's just less visible. A bike lane will push you off to the edge, but this bike lane isn't bad. It's kind of like I'm still in the traffic lane because I believe there actually used to be 2 traffic lanes here going this direction, or maybe 2 traffic lanes going both directions. And then they installed the bike lane, and I like the bike lane. The bike lane is nice. It makes me feel like I belong on the road, like someone in the planning department is thinking about me. But someone in the planning department's not going to save your life, though. So you still got to be very alert and aware of your surroundings. Woo. On my way to work. Ugh. I wasn't sure, but I think I am going in a headwind now, or a crosswind. Ugh. So have any of you done that, like taking the bus to work, put your bike on the front of the bus or whatever, and then just rode your bike going home or something like that? And how often do you do that? Is it just kind of a rare thing, or is it based on the weather? Is it just depend if you're feeling worn out that day? I did a video a while back about excuses for not bike commuting. Well, there's no excuse. The problem with the bike lane, it doesn't give you a lot of room to maneuver if there is a pothole. Ugh. Unfortunately, with cities cutting their budgets, at least around here, these roads are going to get a lot bumpier. Maybe it's time to invest in some fat tires. These roads were already pretty bad. But then again, I get a lot of comments from viewers saying my roads are still quite a bit better than their roads. I don't know how bad it is in other cities really, but it's not that great in my city either. This is kind of smooth right here. Ugh. I try to keep my camera pretty stable too, so it may not seem like it's really bumpy, but it is quite bumpy. make a left. And one thing I did forget was water. Go. See, I go straight into the slow lane. Whew. This lane isn't big enough to share, so I'm not going to make it easy for people to split it with me. Gas is pretty cheap. It's about $1.80 right now. I go up this way. I can cut through the parking lot here and skip the light. And we're pretty much at work now. So, there we go. Cut around that light a little bit. Well, thanks for coming along with me on this bike ride to work today. I enjoy you guys following along with me. Very much appreciate your views and your likes and your comments. Let me know what you think. See you next week. Thanks for watching.